Hello. Hello. Please take your seat. Brothers and sisters, could you take your seat? Who are standing in the right side, please. Please take your seat. Brothers and sisters, welcome back. Thank you for the previous 5 National Scouts organizations for their cooperation in the telling success about the story of NSO in various topics. Now we continue the second half of the Action Times presentation. We will invite Scouts of Australia for the 6th Action Time presentation and the topic diversity and inclusion.
Good morning, brother and sister Scouts.
Morning.
My name is Aaron Wardle, and I'm very pleased to be representing Scouts Australia to promote some of our diversity and inclusion projects.
My name is Elodie Prinsloo, and I'm a rover from Scouts Australia. Australia is a large multicultural society that embraces a different range of people, languages, cultures, and backgrounds. And as such, Scouts Australia strives to ensure that our membership base accurately represents the diverse communities in which we live. Australian Scouting is community-based and relies heavily on the support from the local community, including in the form of financial assistance. Fundraising is critical to ensure that all members have the opportunity that Scouting offers. With more than 50 million Scouts worldwide, Scouts across the world offers different experiences for everyone and often a valuable connection to every community that they live in throughout their lives. For refugees who have left everything behind, it's so important for them to form new friendships and new experiences in their new communities.
The world is struggling. Many countries are wrecked by fear and oppression. The challenges of war brings unimaginable pain and suffering. Over 1 million people killed, detained, or currently missing in Syria alone. Many cities have been reduced to rubble. Yet, there is hope. Many make the long and scary trip in search of safety. Millions have fled their homes and are displaced in refugee camps around the world. The goal of terror is division in the community and for refugees to feel isolated. Our greatest tool in scouting against this tragedy is to build community and acceptance, a new life and new opportunities. Nothing gives someone a better sense of community than scouting. A scout should always have a friend in every city they visit. Scouting introduces new friends that will last a lifetime. Scouting is a second family. Everyone should have the opportunity to join Scouts. Everyone should have the opportunity for a better world. We are all Scouts. We are all messengers of peace. And Scouts Australia is very pleased to welcome refugees into all of our scouting communities.
Mental health is one of the biggest challenges that young people face in society. Scouting is one of the organisations which is well placed to support young people as they navigate these various challenges in a safe environment. Scouts Australia offers mental health first aid training to its members to identify and provide the initial support to members who are experiencing mental health issues. We have created partnerships with both national and local support services for both training and the referral for these individuals. Young people with disabilities should be able to participate in all adventurous activities that Scouting offers. Specialised assistance ensures that these people are able to overcome any barriers they face and can participate in all activities. As Ahmed said, everyone should have the opportunity to join Scouting. Ugunuri was originally a concept from Japan. A young Peter Blatch travelled overseas all those years ago and saw the incredible value of this camp and what it brought to these people that experience it. He decided to bring it back to Australia, and a special camp has been held annually throughout Australia.
There is nothing better than sharing some quality time in the outdoors. Ugunuri Scout camps have been going strong throughout Australia over the past 4 decades. These events provide special needs children with the ability to experience true scouting. Participants spend a week learning different scouting activities. They enjoy an action-packed camp, meeting new friends, trying new things, and learning by doing. Some activities are designed to be more challenging and others focused on building teamwork. Importantly, the Ugunuri is based on giving everyone an equal opportunity doing every event. The focus is on giving the young people a sense of freedom and the enjoyment of doing something exactly like everyone else. In fact, the abseiling tower even has a chairlift to hoist participants up to the top before abseiling down together with one of the activity instructors.
Hey Jaden, have you ever abseiled before?
Yes, I have.
All right, now you're ready to go again. How high are you going to go from?
Critical to the success of diversity and inclusion in Scouting is developing the awareness of these challenges throughout all of our membership bases. We strive to create awareness of the different needs across our diverse membership base.
Scouting is for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scout of Australia, for the diversity and inclusion. The Boy Scout of the Philippines is also ready to share their success story on the implementation of on Better World framework.
My dear friends, brothers and sisters, Scout and leaders in the region, a pleasant good morning to everyone, especially to the presiding officer, Ambassador Rosny, the newly elected regional chair. My colleagues, on behalf of the Boy Scouts of the Philippines, allow me to share with all of you our humble beginnings with the Better World framework and the implementation of the WUSUM World Program here in our country as part of our initiatives to grow and create impact to the lives of Scouts and young people in the community. Action time presentation of the Boy Scouts of the Philippines is focused on the implementation of the Better World framework, covering the three WUSUM World Programs, namely the Messengers of Peace, the World Scout Environment Program, and the Scouts of the World Award at the council, region, and national levels, including best practices and benchmarking initiatives. The adoption of the Better World Framework, or BWF, aims to enhance the educational activities in Scouting that we offer to our young people by integrating it in various Scouting activities at all levels. It further strengthens our promotion of peace, environment, and development education to our young people to become active citizens and taking positive actions in community, thereby contributing in creating a better world. Integrating the Better World Framework in Scout activities ensures the promotion of the Scouts of the World Award, the World Scout Environment Badge, and enabling Scouts to become messengers of peace advocates in school and in their communities. 10 years after the program was launched by the World Organization of the Scout Movement, the Boy Scouts of the Philippines adopted Scouts of the World Award in 2014 and has awarded a total of 160 senior and rubber scouts since 2016 up to present. 4 years after it was introduced by WUSUM, the BSP adopted the World Scout Environmental Program in 2011 and has conferred a total of 12,534 boy, senior, and rubber scouts with the World Scout Environment Badge from 2016 to present. The Boy Scouts of the Philippines has started peace initiatives in 2011 and have formally trained scouts and leaders in 2014. To date, my brothers and sisters, the Boy Scouts of the Philippines has contributed more than 500,000 service hours and ranked first at world level. And BSP ranked third in the areas of service projects and online members globally. The Scouts of the World Award program, primarily designed to enhance and improve the Senior Scout and Rubber Scout sections, the Scouts of the World Award in the Philippines has started to pick up its momentum and gain consistent awareness and recall from our senior and rubber scouts across the country with the help of various social media platforms. There are only 160 scouts and rubbers who have achieved the award from 2016 to present. Few in numbers, but great in impact in the community and encourages thousands of young people all over the country. Here are the most inspiring and heartening Scouts of the World voluntary service in the Boy Scouts of the Philippines. Zamboanga del Sur, Pagadian City, a province down south of the country. The Scouts of the World Award team conducted series of coastal cleanup and mangrove planting in various barangay in the area. They have planted more than 2,700 mangrove to protect the community from floods and waves. They heavily focus also on the protection and rehabilitation of environment. They also managed to produce the biggest number of Scout awardees in 2017 with 67 Scouts in total. Another program, another project, this service projects speaks loudly about the advocacy of the Scouts of the World Voluntary Service. Neckerchief, not handcuffs. Camping, not prison. Leaders, not prisoners. The initiator of the project is a junior high school student from Sacred Heart School of Ateneo de Cebu, a province in Central Visayas. Daphne Gen Haralbe passionately teaches scouting to children in conflict with the law. Children has the best scouting experience through a 3-day scout camp. Another project, a library, is an initiative of the 26 Strong Rovers and Peers of Marikina Rover Scout Circle number 56. They renovated an old dilapidated community library in their neighboring municipality. They managed to gather funds and materials for the beautification and hundreds of books available for our young people in the community. For development education, we have conferred a total of 160 Scouts of the World Award to 120 senior scouts and 40 rovers. After successfully completing their SW discoveries and voluntary service involving differently abled persons, rebuilding a community library, and children in conflict with law, as well as juvenile delinquents and young offenders, rehabilitation through scouting. Another project, as coined by no less than our founder, Lord Baden-Powell, nature study is the key activity in scouting and guiding. Caring for the environment is one of the prime advocacies of the Boy Scouts of the Philippines, and this is the reason why the World Scout Environment Program has become a primary tool of the BSP in environmental education. Over the recent years, for environment education, BSP has awarded a total of 21,865 World Scout environment badges to 16,650 Boy Scouts, 5,100 senior Scouts, and 23 Rover Scouts, completing all their 5 WESCEP aims and personally taking action and actively participating in various environment projects and activities. Under peace education, BSP was able to contribute an approximately 132,840 service hours, 350 service projects, and 1,620 additional online members in the Scout.org from the recently concluded 2018 Robert Muth Centenary and its community service projects in 21 community immersion sites, contributed a total of 5,283 rovers in attendance, and following the successful celebration of the 2018 International Day of Peace last 21 September in Quezon City, with approximately 700 scouts and leaders in attendance. Messengers of Peace Roadshow, mobilizing group of trained MOP leaders and bringing MOP initiative to school and communities. Better World Village at Scout Jamborees National Office, BSP consolidated all 3 programs in one module of Scout Jamborees. Our learning insights during implementation, Scouts tend to focus on Better World Framework activities and tends to neglect the regular Scout Advancement Program. BWF activities increases while Scout Advancement decreases. Our learning insight, terms of reference for local, MOP, SWA, and WESCEP coordinators require further review and revision as to the relationship of the existing structures of the Council Regional Program Commissioners in coordination with our professionals. At this point, our next plan is to fully integrate the WUSOM World Program to our advancement scheme and merit badge system. In the Boy Scout, Senior Scout, and Rover Scout section, using a specific activity passport that will consolidate all BWF efforts and keep track of the Scout progress in the ladder of Scouting. This shows personal progression for each Senior Scout. This can be tracked and monitored in the areas of MOP, SWF, and WESCEP. Our trail ahead, our future plans. BSP has included environment, peace, and development education on its key performance indicators and have devised a specific scorecard using the GOCC Performance Evaluation System. BSP being a government-owned and controlled corporation, we have incorporated all this program in our performance evaluation system. After the recent 2018 mid-year performance review, we have decided to push through on this project under the strategic priorities on young people and community involvement for our Vision 2025 towards membership growth. Maraming salamat and thank you very much.
Thank you, Boy Scout of the Philippines, for the Better World Framework. Now, we would like to invite Persekutuan Pengakap Malaysia to share success story on Global Support Assessment Tool. Dr. Muhyiddin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay. Brothers and sisters Scouts, a very good morning to all of you. We are exposed to GS80 way back in 2015 during the 25th APR Scout Conference in Gwangju, Korea. It was conducted by none other than Janaprit Fernando. Janaprit, are you around? Oh, he's not here. So, having the honor to be the last NSO to be visited by the CNV team in 2012, PPM planned to be among the first or the earlier NSOs to achieve GS80. But it was only after the reshuffling of the top leadership in PPM that it was able to stay ahead with the program. PPM proposed GS80 because we need to verify whether we are right, we think, but are we right? So once it is verified, what more can we do for the scouting movement in Malaysia? To start the ball rolling, 2 strategic plan workshops were held. This is to ensure that the PPM's strategic plan framework for 2018 and 2023 is in tandem with the WASM's vision. PPM received a strong support from the APR Support Center, and I would like to thank the Regional Director, JR, and for deputizing Prasanna to assist us in this area. Thank you. The strategic plan have paved the way to the transformation plan, which is the operational segment. This encompasses the financial organization, youth program, adult in scouting, and scouting profile. So the experiences and way forward. The PPM has its GS80 in 2016. Thank you, Chris of Australia, for being the facilitator. Are you around? Oh, thank you. Although we were not able to achieve our goal, PPM had learned a lot along the way. PPM has addressed some of the major nonconformities and also to improve several dimensions. So the weak link was found to be in finance. Due to insufficient collections of membership fees, PPM has to depend the annual government grants for its operation and to pay the WASM fees. We got no choice because we had a backyard of the WSB. So the need to have a financial risk management. The fixed asset of PPM were not fully utilized and optimized. The potentials of Scout Shop was not tapped. The membership administration needs to be revamped. Friends, these are things that we like to share. And I'm sure that some of our NSOs, we should not go through the GS80, probably PPM can give you some tuition. What do we learn? Well, we have to fully comply the GS80 dimensions, and we have to recite the mantra of Paul Parkinson, evidence, evidence, evidence. Bless it. So probably that's one of our lackings and drawbacks. To have a proper management and records, to identify all the other weak links, to improve the organization quality, PPM has produced a manual and guidelines to be cascaded to the state, districts, and the grassroots level, and to prepare and implement the action plans. Without inventing a new wheel, PPM has translated and adapted the GSAT requirements to a local need. This manual is known as the Malaysian Scouting Standard. It has all the criteria that's required by GSAT. So the MSS committee assists the states in the preparation, documentation, and training. To ensure a holistic implementation, all the action steps are closely monitored. In conclusion, GSAT has helped PPM to improve the Scouts' participation from various backgrounds, since Malaysia is a multi-cultured, multi-ethnic, multi-religion, and to improve the gender equality and the youth representation. Tackle the membership registration by replacing the conventional method, strengthening the adult support section. PPM is gearing up for the next round of GSAT. It is our desire to see PPM to be a leading youth movement in the country. So with that note, I thank you.
Very good. With thanks to the PPM for the GST topic. Bangladesh Scout is the next NSO to present their success story on scouting and sustainable development goals. Yes. May we remind that the presentation must be limited to 12 minutes. Oh.
Respected Chair, Scouts, distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum, very good morning, Mabuha to you all. On behalf of Bangladesh Scouts, we are presenting the importance of scouting in achieving sustainable development goals. Sustainable development goals, all we know, these goals, 17 goals, are the collection of global goals set by United Nations General Assembly in 2015 September. They are the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. These goals have all three pillars of economic, social, and also environmental issues. The goals are ambitious, and to achieve them by 2030, we need to approach them from various dimensions. And that is where scouting comes into play. A glimpse of history of Bangladesh Scouting. We know Scouting started in 1907 and in part of Indian subcontinent, the then Bengal, it started in 1914 after only 7 years when it's established. And after independence of Bangladesh, it started its journey in 1972. And we can see the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, is taking scout oath. We see the major pillars of scouting and the major pillars of SDGs. SDGs have 5 pillars. As we know, this is people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership, which aligned with all the scouting pillars. Here we can see how Scouts meets SDGs. The SDGs goals are fulfilled by the teaching of Scouts. Battery is not. The 17 goals of the Sustainable Development Goals have been put into the circle of Bangladesh Honorable Prime Minister's 10 initiatives. All the 17 goals can somehow fit into the special initiative of 10 initiatives of Bangladesh Prime Minister. Here we can see the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina. Some of you might know her name already. She is with hand in hand with Scouts of Bangladesh. On this particular occasion, the Honorable Prime Minister instructed to establish scouting units in all educational institutions in Bangladesh, putting special emphasis on girl scouting in all girls' schools and co-ed institutions. This instruction definitely had impacted that we got the highest number of scouting and today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Suraya. Just we'll move forward for the in alignment of the SDG, the relationship between the SDG and scouting. We can go for the number 1, and the number 1 is the no poverty, where our scouts are doing their activities, and number 2 is very much correlated. It's a zero hunger. So we have these badges, proficiency badges, and the activities all together. We have this badge with zero hunger, and the badge is like this: crop production, kitchen garden, afforestation, pisciculture, animal husbandry, duck farming, and all for the skill development and to how they can develop their life, daily life, and they can earn money from them. And the third is good health and well-being. Scout, we have also some proficiency badges where they are earning, scouting, and doing their activities through the youth program. We have our community development badges where the scout doing the immunization program, child health motivator, water nutrition, public health, blood bank, eye bank, health awareness. These are the included in the youth program, which is very much related with the target of 3. And this is working to reduce child maternal mortality. And goal 4 is the quality education. We have a badge, special badges for the Rover Scouts that he or she will do for the 3 months for 1 person or 5 children, so they can educate. The Rover will educate some persons. Then he will might have the badges. And around the Bangladesh, we were practicing all the activities, and you can find some of the pictures. The Rover are educating the young street children and some elderly and some persons. Number 5, the gender equality. You will know that in Bangladesh we have a total 1.7 million scouts. Among them we have 200,000 on girl in scouting, a very big number. So girl in scouting are involved in everywhere. They are doing all the activities besides the other scouts. This is 7, affordable and clean energy. Scouts are doing in our country. They are doing the awareness program to save the energy, and with the government program, they are taking part with the government program and with the other international agencies also. We have some badges related with the goal 7.
Number 7, 6.
Number 8, decent work and economic growth. You can see all the badges here. It's ICT training, free lunching program. They can earn money while they are learning. This is 9. And we have some activities. Maybe we have no proficiency badges related. We'll try to include in future. Computer something. Number 10, reduce inequalities. So the Scouts fundamental and Scout provisional law, if we can implement this, we can go for the reduce inequalities. So we are doing the scouting with the street children, that is TTL Scouts. We have about 8 scout groups on TTL about the countries, and our Chief Commissioner has taken a very keen interest on the TTL program, and we are doing our most efforts in the TTL program. 11 is the sustainable cities and communities. So we have some proficiency badges regarding this issue, and we are doing for some activities like the road safety, improving road safety. We are doing the activities in the cities. And 12 is a responsible consumption and production. We have some of the activities regarding this. 13, same, disaster response. 14, 15, life below, nature conservation. 16 is a peace justice. We have some activities of the MOP activities. And 17 is a partnership for the goals. And yes, so this is our partnership, international agencies. We are activating this. So our best practice scouting activities, implementation of youth program, community development base, and our commitment is to educate all the scout leaders and the young people on SDGs. And what we SDGs are saying today, the scouting started to say before 111 years. So thank you very much. Salamat po.
Salamat.
Thank you, Bangladesh Scout, for the presentation on scouting and SDGs. Brothers, today is Friday. We will pray for Jumat. Please, they are available in front of the booth. Next, this time, we will invite the representative from Council of South Pacific South Scout Association to share their success story on GSPSI.
Thank you, Chairs. and conference. I'm here not representing Fiji, but representing the Council of the South Pacific Scouts Association. And I'll be giving a brief on the development of scouting in the South Pacific. And we have as one of our themes, one ocean and many islands. Thank you. To introduce, very briefly, the South Pacific Ocean has an area of 63.8 million square miles and home to many scattered small island nations. They are not only islands, they are nations, countries, sovereign countries. 12 of these countries have formed the Council of South Pacific Scout Association, and in short, the acronym CSPSA. And this was done over 15 years ago. I stand before you as the chair, because Fiji is the current chair of this association. 3 of these NSOs, or this association, 3 of them, Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and Kiribati, are full WERSM members. And 2 are represented here today. Papua New Guinea cannot make it. 9 others. Just imagine, if we want growth, if we want membership, if we want to increase the membership of APR, there are 9 other potential members, and they have links with UK at the moment, with France, with Australia, and New Zealand. They have these links. To show you geographically the isolation of these islands, these are Pacific island states. They are sovereign states. So they're quite scattered and very, very small. So to show you how small they are, we will look at the member organizations, the 12 member organizations. These are the 12 member organizations. Together, they have 10,952,000, the population. But the Scout population is only 17,426. And you will see Fiji, Kiribati, and Papua New Guinea, they hold the bulk of the membership because they are full WERSM members. And the rest of the 9 potential members, they are there, and that's why I am the voice of CSPSA in here. So let us look at the aims and functions of this council. The first one is to encourage mutual cooperation. There are 12 members, so we try and encourage mutual cooperation. To address issues of these NSOs who have no voice, but they are there, they are existing, they are jumping, they are kicking, they are alive. And to coordinate support from organizations to help the youth program and adult resources. It is a forum where issues relevant to these small NSOs or NSAs are raised at WERSM, and that's what I'm doing today, to raise their issues. It is to discuss the progress of member organizations and work towards achieving the aim of the Council, and consider recommendations and reports from WERSM because it reaches each of them and member organization and act on them. And the chief commissioners of these NSOs meet every 2 years. The last one was in Auckland in March of this year. So if we look at just one of the CSPSA forum in session in Noumea, in New Caledonia, so this is where the chief commissioners, if I am chairing, Fiji will be hosting the CSPSA forum in 2020. So we hold the position for 2 years and we move. The issues faced by CSPSA. One, these are isolated developing nations with small populations, as you have seen, and small Scout memberships. They have lack of resources, no permanent office or office equipment, no regular income, and no government grant allocations. And the expenses are met through donations. The leaders, your colleagues, are the ones that work and try and get this scouting movement. There are no paid staff, so the program are administered by volunteers. Irregular communication links with each NSOs, as well as among the Pacific Scout organizations, but yet they are alive and they do scouting. So we will see another picture there when Tahiti was chairing. They also hosted the CSPSA, and we are glad that New Caledonia and Tahiti organizations, they are here today. A way forward, what we want, what we feel needs to be done. One, we need to form serious development partnerships with willing NSOs in APR so that these scout organizations are sustained. Provision of support in the development of governance processes. We lack this. We need to secure a regular source of income to meet the administrations of the NSAs through donors, through partnerships, and we are putting a resolution tomorrow so that we can see this. Provision of a central workspace and reliable communication facility, and support in adult leader training and resources. I will show you a picture. This is very recent. We have a lot of teachers. Fiji have a lot of teachers in Nauru, one of the NSAs. So we work through the Ministry of Education Nauru and our teachers who are teaching in Nauru to set up the Nauru Scouts. So we've revived this after 10 years of dormant scouting. And now we have 160 Nauru Scouts registered to Fiji at the moment, so that we can see they are using all Fiji processes, governance, registration system, and scouting activities are going on. To conclude, scouting in Pacific NSOs have been carried out since 1914, over 100 years. Fiji for 104 years. And CSPSA, 15 years ago, have become a guiding body to see these Pacific NSOs continue and grow, no matter what standard they are, but to continue and grow. Challenges are many, and without the development assistance, these vulnerable members will gradually collapse and disappear. I appeal to APR colleagues, those of you who are developed, those of you who have additional resources to spare, to take steps seriously and partner with one of these. I'm not asking all, but if you can partner with one of the Pacific NSOs and work with them so that they will attain full WASM membership. Thank you very much.
Thank you from the Council of Scout South Pacific Association. And finally, we invite European region to present partnership with the APR and Europe.
Hello, my name is Nenad, and I'm the member of the European Region Partnerships team. I would just like to invite our regional director also to join me on stage here, if you have some additional questions later for him. So, So the European Region Partnership Team is working under area of operation called Spreading the Message. Our job is basically to help NSOs to develop new partnerships and to enhance the partnership which they already have. But also, our job is to reflect on the cooperation between the region, as that's also part of our Vision 2023. I would like to use the chance to also thank Paul, because he was the one who joined our regional meetings and set up the foundation of cooperation between European region and the APR region. And us in the partnership team, as well as within the European Committee, are very happy that we will probably work with the newly elected committee even better, and that we will make some concrete actions which were already planned. So the European region organizes numerous events during the year, but when it comes to the partnerships, our team does the partnership event, which is used to provide a space for the NSOs to develop new partnership and to enhance their own partnerships which they already have. And this is also a good chance to present the partnerships which they have done in the previous period. So what is interesting about the partnership event is that every year we change focus. So every year there's a focus on a different region. And as you probably already know, in 2017, the focus was actually on the APR region, where European NSOs had a chance to talk with the NSOs from APR region and to start the partnerships. So even the partnership event, some year it's not going to be focused on the APR. We want to extend an invitation for you to join, because this is a really good chance to meet the representatives of many European NSOs and basically to start the planning of some joint cooperation. Beside the partnership event, we are also organizing the Euro-Arab meeting in cooperation with the Arab region. What is also new for us as a region is the project My Europe, My Say. It's the project which is being organized by a consortium which is being led by the WASM office bureau in Europe. And the idea of this project is basically to enlarge the competencies and capacities of the youth organizations which are being the part of this project for various topics, which with the aim of strengthening the capacities of youth organization and offering young people the opportunity to reflect upon European identity and providing the place to have the dialogue with the important stakeholders. One of the main aspects of this project is going to be the 4-month campaign called Why Vote My Europe, My Say, which will engage a large number of young people all across the EU. The project that we are really proud of, which was being implemented in the past few months, is the project Time to Be Welcome. Time to Be Welcome is the project which actually was focusing on helping the refugees and migrants to integrate better in their societies. Our volunteers and the people who were included in this project had an opportunity to provide educational and leisure activities, but also to help the refugees to get access to the health and mental support, and also to facilitate the interaction between the refugees and migrants and the communities where they are based. One of the other aspects of this project is going to be the Hand in Hand Stronger Together event, which is going to be held in Brussels. This event will be a chance to serve as an exchange platform where NSOs can exchange their knowledge and exchange the good practices which they were using in working with refugees and migrants. When I was preparing actually to do this presentation, the thing which I found was the information about the refugee processing center which was being opened here in the Philippines and which was the host of almost 400,000 refugees. Why is this important? Because we need your own expertise, the expertise from the APR region on this topic. We know, and as we heard during the presentation of Australian Scouts, you have an extensive knowledge when it comes to dealing and working with migrants and refugees. But also, what also catch my eye is that if you Google the refugee processing center in the Philippines, the second picture on the Wikipedia page is the picture of Vietnamese scouts building a scout gate. So I just want you to catch this image and to think about all the war crises that we currently have and how is that influencing also our brothers and sisters who are in need. This all leads me to the point that our responsibility is to help. As scouts, we are responsible to help those who are in need. And now the tools to actually provide help and to make a significant change is actually quite more available than before. So what we have to do, we only have to have will and the desire. And we also have to maintain and create this will and desire at our young members. So then they can use this desire, turn this desire into a plan, this plan into a project, and then use this project to actually shape the lives of our brothers and sisters who are in need, but also to shape the lives of many children and youth who are currently in need. This is the global issue, and this issue can be only overcome if we all work together as one big scouting family. Thank you.
Maybe if I could just add to what Nana just said, and to say I bring you greetings from the European Scout Committee, who are happy to encourage further development of our relationships and to build upon the visit that Paul made to our regional committee meeting, and we find that a very engaging and rewarding experience. Thank you, Paul. I think also just to say that we have been hugely impressed with a lot of the work that we have seen. And I think that there is a changing dynamic in all our regions, maybe facilitated by the fact that we have a World Triennial Plan that we all are contributing to. And I think that it means that the relationships between our regions can become stronger and become real engines for growth and development. And I think that there are many things that we can learn from you. The issue of school-based scouting, I think that we need to begin to learn the lessons because we hope to be able to grow. We are currently at 2 million. For us, that's a big issue because we have increased in the last 15 years by 800,000. But I hope that we can be so much more, and with your help, we can do that. So thank you for the inspiration that you are bringing to World Scouting. Thank you to the, and it almost pains me to say it, the great APR region. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brother David. Thank you very much, European regions. Brothers and sisters in Scouting, on behalf of the conference, we would like to thank all the 11 NSO for their impressive Action Times presentation on various topics. The content of this presentation hashtag will be included in the conference document number 22. And now may I request GR to show the list of subcommittee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We will now show on the list the APR subcommittee members for 2018-2021. This is the program subcommittee. Next. The adult support will be now called Adult Scouting Subcommittee. The Management Subcommittee will now become Governance Subcommittee. Then we have Financial Management Subcommittee, formerly Financial Resources Subcommittee. And then the Profile, Communications and Partnership Subcommittee. Foundation Management Subcommittee. And Awards Committee. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
On behalf of the IPR Scouts Committee, we would like to announce that the various subcommittee will hold their first meeting, which will be held at the designated tables at mezzanine floor upstairs. During the lunch break, the staff of the Asia Pacific Sport Center will be there to provide the necessary support. My Scout salute to all. Thank you, fellow delegates, observers, and guests, for your passion and cooperation. You all are invited to lunch. Enjoy the fellowship lunch and see you all back here at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock sharp. Thank you.